Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name's Denise and today we're going to be talking about the Leo moon. So as I've said before, I like to think of the moon as the kind of little baby that you are. And the reason for that is because, you know, babies have really few but really basic needs, and those basic needs are very few, but if they don't get them, they really can't survive without them. That's the part of you, the moon is the part of you that you really can't deny. You can't go without those basic needs that you have, and that's what we're going to be talking about in today's video. So Leo moon, I tried to make this video before and my hair looked really bad, and I thought that that would be unacceptable for a Leo moon, because when we think about the type of baby that the Leo moon would be, that would be like the superstar baby. That would be the kind of baby that Leo moons would be. So the moon is two things. It is your needs and your emotional reactions. It's part of your emotional reactions, right? So first of all, how are Leo moon reactions? Well, Leo moon reactions are pretty quick because the sun is a pretty fast moving planet and Leo is ruled by the sun, so the sun is affecting the moon, and because it's pretty fast, then Leo moon reactions will be pretty fast. But Leo moon also has a flair for the dramatic, so Leo moon reactions tend to be really dramatic and grandiose because that is just the style of Leo's relating to other people. So now let's talk about my favorite part. Let's talk about the needs. And when I talk about Leo moon, I'm really talking about, it's probably my second favorite moon, and I will say that because Leo moons are just so easy to please. It's so easy to keep a Leo moon happy that I just don't know why anyone would struggle with a Leo moon, because they're just so easy to please. So let's get into the needs, right? So Leo moon needs a lot of attention. That's one of the basic things that they need. Think about the image of the king or the queen, right? So a king or a queen is used to having all the eyes of the subjects on them. So that is how a Leo moon, remember it's your needs, that's the kind of attention that they need to have. Kind of like they're really special and you're just a subject of theirs. That is just how Leo moons need to be treated. Along those same lines, they need to be adored. They need to know that you absolutely love them and that you're their number one fan and that you think that they're special above everybody else. And that's pretty simple to do, in my opinion. Another thing is that they need recognition, because if we keep thinking in astrology, it's useful to think of the different symbols that the signs represent. And if we go back to that king, that queen symbolism, then it's very easy to recognize why a Leo moon, because remember the moon is the needs, would need recognition and attention, because as I've said, they are the royals, so they expect everybody's attention to be on them, and I think that's pretty easy to provide. Another thing that they need is kind of to rule in a sense, because they need to not really tell you what to do, but not that you need to let them tell you what to do, but they're gonna do it anyway, because they just go around ordering people around. Like if you notice how Leos behave, they expect certain treatment from others, like the way that they treat service professionals, like people who get their food or people who bring them stuff, like just people in the service industry. Leo people tend to be like, hey, like order them around in a certain way, and it could be off-putting to some people, but if you think about where they're coming from, like they're coming from like this royal perspective that they think that they're, you know, they're a little bit above the rest of us, then that's where it's coming from. And that's not necessarily true for every Leo moon person, because remember that it also depends the way that your moon is aspected, what house it's in, how that moon will be displayed. But definitely you feel, you know, a little bit more special than the rest of us. Another thing that Leo moon needs is joy and fun. They are a very fun-loving sign. All the fire signs tend to have like that need for like joy and fun, but Leo specifically, because remember Leo's associated with that fifth house of creativity and joy and expression. So Leo needs to have that creative expression, and they have, you know, they like acting, they like performing, they like putting on shows, and again that also relates back to their need to be the center of attention. They really need to have that. Just these people really need to have attention on them. And depending on how it's aspected, they could be a private Leo moon, it could be like in the 4th house or the 12th house, and they might not display it openly for everyone. But if you have a Leo moon in your life and you want to make them happy, make sure that you're giving them your undivided attention at least sometimes, because they really need that, and that's really simple to provide. Lastly, and most importantly, don't forget to give them compliments. They absolutely love compliments. Leos in general love compliments, but remember, when it's the moon, it's associated with your needs, your basic needs. And that brings in the love languages thing that I like to talk about. So make sure you're giving them compliments and you're telling them how amazing that they are, because that's not really difficult to do and it makes them so happy. So it's really easy to keep a Leo happy. I think of like a cat and like giving them like tummy rubs and scratching them. That's what reminds me of Leo moons and how easy they are to please. Give them attention, give them love, and they'll be really happy, which isn't very difficult. And lastly, I like to talk about what kind of relationship would balance them. So when it comes to Leo, I like to think of the sister sign, which is Aquarius, right? So in a partner, I think that in a partnership, the Leo moon should have somebody who is able to remind them of maybe Aquarian type of traits. So perhaps to remind them that, yeah, they are the best, they're number one, they're amazing, but they're also a person and can make mistakes, that they're allowed to be tired, they're allowed to not be number one, they're allowed to lose sometimes. And that might be like really offensive to a Leo, because they're just like, no, like I'm number one and I can't be number two, blah blah blah. But you know, Leo, putting those really high standards on yourself, and that's another thing about Leo moons, they put really high standards on themselves. They want to do the best work. They need, oh yeah, because they want recognition, because their work actually is above, you know, just the average. They really are better than average. They really are, and they do seek to accomplish at a very high level. So yes, it's true, they really are that special. But at the same time, everybody's a freaking person, and everybody struggles sometimes and has difficulty, and I'm sure that it's exhausting, Leo, to do all of that work. So you need somebody who's going to remind you that it's okay sometimes to not be so amazing and not to try your very, very best to the point that you exhaust yourself or you feel bad about yourself if you're not able to accomplish all those really high goals that you set up for yourself, Leo. So that's the video for today, guys. I hope that you subscribe to my channel, because I put out videos every single week. If you like the video, make sure that you like the video, and I will see you in the next one.